I love when you hear about the kind of collegiate environment that musicians can have. I mean, they seem to, like, proper musicians, particularly, I think, rock musicians that write. They don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me that there's a kind of delight in each other's work that I don't see so much maybe with other areas of entertainment.
It's really funny because it's like a kind of high school musical with musicians, where you often, like at festivals or something, where lots of you are there in one place, because we don't actually see each other very often because you're touring all the time. It's probably the same as a comedian, that you don't really fraternize that often, you know. And
I don't at all.
And then when you see each other, there's this kind of woo, like, you know, are we cool? And then as soon as you know the vibe is good, you can absolutely gush and tell each other how much you love each other.
Does it cross boundaries? I mean, have you met people who are wildly outside your musical purview that you think, I really want to, like, work out with you, I really want to jam with you, I really want to play with you? Like, do you meet, I don't know, yodelers or...
Yeah, I mean... Well, what, like Jewish drum and bass bands?
Well, I suppose so, yeah.
I think the most impactful one of those was Hall and Oates. So Daryl Hall does this thing called Live from Daryl's House, where he gets bands it's a bit like Jules. He gets them to come and jam. And
I think I've seen this.
And we did one, and I my head was blown. I was like in Daryl's place. He had a place in London where we filmed it, and I'm playing a glockenspiel on Out of Touch. Ding, 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 ding. And I'm like duetting with Daryl Hall. And I ended up actually going on the road with Hall and Oates a lot after that. And that was just so like, cool. It was the coolest. It was so magical.
Isn't it the weirdest thing, though, about getting on a show business, that you rub up against people that you idolized when you were young?
I mean, you can't get away with that these days. You can't rub up against them in the same way as we used to in the
90s. People were rubbing up against people in the 90s in a very different way.
In a different way. It was a different time.
No, there's no rubbing now. No. If you rub yourself.
Exactly. Keep it to yourself. But I think the funny thing is, it's like, you're still a fan of these people, you know? And I find when I'm in those environments, you've just got to go, just be cool, just be normal. They're just musicians, just like you. They're just musicians, you know, and not lose your... Because the thing is, if you lose your... You miss the opportunity of actually connecting and having a friendship with someone, you know? I remember when it all first kicked off, and I was friends with Scarlett Page, Jimmy Page's daughter from Led Zeppelin. And it was at the Brits, and I was wearing these amazing Vivienne Westwood boots, right, that I'd got for the thing. And I won that year. It was a brilliant year. And she goes, "Do you want to meet my dad?" And I was like, yes, I really want to meet your dad.
Yes, I will meet Jimmy Page.
And I'm sort of trying to be cool and I meet Jimmy Page. He's like, "Hello, Katie." And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, "Hi, Jimmy." I said, "How are you?" And he goes, "I'm great." He goes, "I love your boots." And I said, and I just went, "I love you." And he went, "Anyway, nice to meet you."
Bye.